Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news. The North Dakota Supreme Court is denying an appeal by the parents of a North Dakota college student found dead after becoming an informant for drug investigators. The Saddicks sued the Richland County Sheriff's Department, one of its deputies, and the county, alleging their son, Andrew Saddick, was killed because he was coerced into becoming a drug informant. The judge ruled there was no evidence to prove that. Cass County's active COVID-19 case count now sits at more than 400. And the North Dakota Health Department reports more than half of those cases are in people ages 15 through 29. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, talked with local health officials today who say while the younger population is less sick, they do pose a greater concern.
In their daily COVID-19 reports, NDSU says there are currently 152 cases on campus, accounting for close to half of Cass County's cases. And while some students say they're nervous, others say the college can't be to blame for the decisions their students make off campus.
The majority of people are out partying and stuff like that, like they're trying to get that college experience. So I'm not surprised that 50% has come from NDSU, but also I feel like it's too high.
With all the sanitation stations that they have set up in the classroom, telling students they need to be in class with a mask that covers both their nose and their mouth, I really feel like they're doing their best to their ability right now.
Fargo field epidemiologist Brenton Niesmeyer says NDSU's number is technically higher, as many of the positive cases in the county are close contacts to those living on campus.
Some of them may be recent graduates, so they would not be reflected in NDSU's total. They may be college students at MSUM or Concordia, or they may be online college students.
Niesmeyer says while the younger population is less sick, the risk they pose on the rest of the community is the real concern.
They may not know they have it, so then they're active in the community. They're going, hanging out with friends or going and visiting their parents. They may be working 1, 2, maybe even 3 jobs. They could be working in our long-term care facilities. They could be working or volunteering in our homeless shelters.
Niesmeyer says about 50% of the state's positive cases are asymptomatic, adding while there have been clusters of positive tests stemming from large group gatherings, it's nothing crazy. In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
The Department of Health is reporting 226 active COVID cases in people between the ages of 15 and 29, again in Cass County, which is the main reason Governor Doug Burgum says the county's risk color does not need to be changed. The daily positivity rate in North Dakota is up to more than 12%. Let's take a look at the numbers. In North Dakota, there are 235 new cases along with 2 more deaths, bringing the death toll to 172. The active case count is more than 2,500. In Minnesota, health officials are reporting 432 new cases of COVID-19, along with 5 new deaths. More than 1,900 deaths have been reported. More than 78,000 people have recovered. Today is certainly the day to enjoy our weather because the temps will be sliding the rest of the week. Hate to give it away, Hutch. Here he is now with your first alert forecast.
Temperatures will slide the rest of the week. Back to you. No, we really are going to see some colder weather, but we do have some good news to report. That's in the extended forecast. For now, get out and enjoy. Here is a look at our Home of Economy camera in the Devil's Lake area. There is some rain shower activity near the international border. A cool front is pushing through right now, and changes are visible on the temperature map. 63 in Devil's Lake, cool there. We only managed to get to 70 in Fargo today. I forecast 80. All that thick smoke and that cool front packed a little more punch than Hutch thought. Temperatures staying near 70 until we get to sunset. Then it looks cool, and the wind, it picks up overnight. It'll be cooler still up to the north in Grand Forks, 60s all evening until sunset, then quickly into the 50s. I'll have details on how low we go, Andrea, because it does look cold. In fact, frosty for some. Details on that and a warm-up here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Police seized drugs, guns, and more than $12,000 in cash after a bust in North Fargo. The Red River Valley SWAT team was called in to help execute a high-risk search warrant this morning at 824 9th Street North. It's part of an ongoing investigation into drugs and child neglect. The SWAT team detained 5 adults and found an infant inside the residence. They also found marijuana, 2 firearms, drug paraphernalia, and more than $12,000. The infant was placed into protective custody. Authorities say charges are pending on all 5 adults. Police say a child is back with his mother thanks to a new program. The child was separated from his mother last night, but he is enrolled in the Project Lifesaver program through the West Fargo Police Department. Officers use the program's technology to safely track him down and return him to his mother. With more garage break-ins happening in Fargo, Goldmark Properties is stepping up its security. Goldmark said it has approval from Urban Plains property owners to add enhancements to garages, such as deadbolts on attached garage doors and keypads on detached garages. Goldmark says those parts are delayed due to the pandemic, but will be installed as soon as they arrive. If you see anything suspicious or experience a garage break-in or theft, reach out to Fargo Police at the number on your screen. Here's a heads up on a scam that's popping up in the 218 area code, and people are concerned enough that they're reporting it to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. The caller says they're from the IRS and that you owe money for taxes. If you don't pay, they say a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Authorities can't stress enough, never give out your personal information. To find out more about this, head over to our VNL News app. The governor of Oregon is asking the White House for more help as the western states continue to battle deadly wildfires. In California, more than 16,000 firefighters have been called into action. Nichelle Medina has the latest from San Diego.
A helicopter pushes through thick smoke, dropping water on the rapidly spreading bobcat fire. Raging in the Angeles National Forest, flames are closing in on the historic Mount Wilson Observatory. The western wildfires have killed more than 24 people. Tens of thousands have fled their homes in California, Washington, and Oregon, where this drone video shows mind-boggling damage. Neighborhoods scorched and covered in fire retardant.
There are no words. It's dumbfounding. You can't even imagine why.
In Clackamas County, flames melted these trailer homes to the ground.
Seeing people that I've come to know over the last several months and their trailer frames sitting there and knowing, this is the only place they had to go. It's very sad.
An eye-stinging haze has settled over the West Coast, invading homes and businesses. In Seattle, the Mariners face the Oakland A's in a ballpark thick with smoke. After a visit from President Trump, California Governor Gavin Newsom stuck to his message that climate change is real.
It's about acknowledging the science and acknowledging the facts that the hots are getting a lot hotter, the dries are getting a lot drier.
Weather patterns are pulling the smoke all the way to the East Coast.
You'll notice it. You'll notice a little film between us and the sun.
As for the blanket of smoke hanging over Central California, meteorologists think that's not likely to clear up before October. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, San Diego, California.
A team of firefighters from Fargo, Grand Forks, and Bemidji are on the way to Oregon to help with those deadly wildfires. For those who ride the Amtrak train, there will be changes in some services starting next month. Amtrak is dealing with a deficit as ridership decreases and revenue dries up. Along with cutting 20% of its staff, Amtrak will only be operating tri-weekly. That means the train will only stop in Fargo 3 times throughout the week. Fargo is served by Amtrak's Empire Builder. Grand Forks Mayor Brandon Bochenski has signed an emergency order rescinding his previous emergency order regarding liquor license holders having to close at 11 p.m. The new order will go into effect at 8 tomorrow morning. The mayor says because they have seen a consistent downward trend with case numbers the past 2 weeks, this is the proper time to lift the restriction. The mayor says, however, he still strongly encourages bars and restaurants to keep the 50% capacity guideline issues from the state of North Dakota. Officials say President Donald Trump will now be speaking in Bemidji at 6 p.m. this Friday, September 18th. The president is traveling to the area to host a Great American Comeback event. It's taking place at Bemidji Aviation Services. The doors will open to the public at 3 p.m. that day. A Malaysian man says he found his missing phone but discovered it contained video and photos that were apparently shot by a monkey. The footage was shared on social media showing a monkey staring at the camera, trying to put the phone in its mouth. There were also extra photos on the phone. The man says after retrieving his phone in his back garden, the discovery made him choke from laughing so hard. Still to come on Valley News Live at 5. It's a planet that's been overlooked in the past, but now scientists are saying there may be signs of life.
Fire throwing smoke in the skies, impacting the look at the sun. This photo taken by yours truly over Moorhead today as Our hazy skies are going to be clearing. All details on your smoke forecast and colder air heading our way coming up right after this.